Number 4 says, given quadrilateral WXYZ with WX parallel to ZY and WX is also congruent to ZY. Give me, oh, and they have this picture over here on the side for you, okay? A, triangle WZX is congruent to what and explain. B, construct viable arguments. Explain why WZ must be parallel to XY and complete the theorem. If one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are congruent and parallel, then the quadrilateral is a blank. For this particular section, I'm going to give you another 4-minute time limit. Go ahead and pause your video and work through problem number 4. Right, I was able to state that triangle WZX, this one, WZX, this triangle right here, is congruent to YXZ. And I was able to do that because we know that WX was congruent to YZ. I also know that ZX is congruent to itself by reflexive property. And because we know that these lines are parallel, I can also state that these little markings in the corner, those angles are congruent. So because of side angle side, I can show that the two triangles are congruent. Now, since the two triangles are congruent, I can thus prove that WZX, this angle down here, is congruent to this angle up here because of corresponding parts of congruent triangles congruent. And since those are considered alternate interior angles between these two line segments, we can say that those two line segments are indeed parallel because I know that alternate interior angles are congruent. Now, part C states, complete the theorem. If one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are congruent and parallel, which is what we started out with in the beginning, we can state that the quadrilateral is then a parallelogram. On to the next set of questions.